Welcome to our deep dive into the world of generative AI. It's pretty amazing how AI can create things now, like art, music, even write stories.
Yeah,
So get ready to explore all of that because we're diving deep into a document called Generative AI Projects, a hands-on guide.
awesome.
And this document is going to help us break down the key concepts and the techniques, the real-world applications that are really shaping the future of creativity.
It is a really interesting time for AI. It's moving beyond just recognizing patterns
Right.
to actually generating like brand new content.
Okay, so we've all heard the buzz about AI, but what is generative AI? Like, in a nutshell, break it down for us.
I think the easiest way to think about it is like instead of just identifying a cat in a photo generative AI could actually create a completely new image of a cat,
Wow,
one that's never existed before.
that's wild.
Essentially, it learns patterns from huge data sets and then uses that knowledge to create something that looks and feels like the real deal.
So it's not just copying existing stuff, it's actually creating something new. That's pretty amazing. So how did this all begin? Was generative AI always this advanced?
Not quite. Early systems were more like following strict rules,
Okay.
which limited their creativity.
Makes sense.
The real shift happened with neural networks and deep learning,
Oh, yeah.
which allowed AI to learn from data in a way that's more similar to how humans learn.
Interesting.
One of the big breakthroughs came in 2014 with the introduction of generative adversarial networks, or GANs.
Keans, I've heard that term before, but to be honest, it's always sounded kind of intimidating.
Yeah, they are incredibly complex,
Right.
but the idea is surprisingly simple.
Okay.
Imagine two AI teams competing. One creates something like a painting,
Okay.
and the other tries to judge if it's real or fake.
Oh,
And this constant back and forth pushes both AIs to improve.
interesting.
The creator gets better at making realistic fakes, while the judge becomes more adept at spotting the subtle differences.
So it's like they're learning from each other, pushing each other to get better.
Exactly.
That's a clever way to train AI.
It is,
Are there other techniques, like JANs, that we should know about?
definitely. Another key player is the variational autoencoder, or VAE.
Okay.
Imagine you want to create variations of a picture you have. Maybe adding sunglasses to a photo or changing a smile into a frown.
I see.
VAEs excel at creating those kinds of variations by
Yeah,
learning the underlying structure of the data.
that makes sense. So JANs are great at creating something entirely new, while VAEs can tweak and modify existing data in creative ways.
Right.
This is all starting to click, but I'm still wondering, how does AI actually learn to be creative? It sounds almost magical.
It is pretty incredible. The key lies in something called the latent space.
Latent space.
It's like a map where the AI organizes similar data points together.
Hmm.
For example, think about how Spotify might group similar music together based on genre, mood, or instruments.
Yeah.
That's similar to what the AI is doing in the latent space, but with much more complex data.
So it's like the AI is building its own internal mood board where it can explore and find inspiration.
Exactly. And this works not just for images, but also for text and even music.
Oh, wow.
Think about how you might organize your own music collection. Similar genres tend to cluster together in your mind.
Right.
That's a bit like what the AI is doing with latent space.
That's such a clear way to understand it. What about language, though? How does AI learn to write like a human? I mean, it seems like that would require more than just grouping similar words together, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's where transformers come in.
Okay.
They're kind of a game changer for language processing.
Hmm.
Imagine you're reading a book. You don't remember every single word, but you grasp the key ideas and how they connect.
Yeah.
Transformers allow AI to do something similar with text, focusing on the most important parts and understanding context.
So it's not just mimicking the structure of sentences, it's actually understanding the meaning behind the words.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that's how we see AI generating text that's not only dramatically correct, but also engaging and creative, just like a human writer.
That's amazing.
This ability to process and understand language is what powers things like chatbots and even those AI story generators you mentioned earlier.
All of this is super fascinating, but let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the practical side of things.
Sure.
If someone wanted to actually build these generative AI systems, where would they even begin? What tools are out there?
Well, the document highlights some popular frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch, each with its own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
TensorFlow, developed by Google, is known for its scalability,
Okay.
which means it's great for handling massive data sets.
Gotcha.
PyTorch, on the other hand, is known for its flexibility
Okay.
and is popular among researchers who are pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
So if TensorFlow is like a powerful engine built for heavy lifting,
Hmm.
PyTorch is more like a nimble sports car that's perfect for experimentation.
That's a great analogy.
Awesome.
And there are other tools that cater to specific needs.
Okay.
Scikit-learn, for example, is like a trusty toolbox for data preprocessing and statistical modeling, while FastAI makes training deep learning models much easier.
It sounds like there's a whole ecosystem of tools out there.
There is.
Wow. Now I'm really curious to see how all these tools and techniques come together in actual projects.
Yeah.
What kind of real-world applications does the document showcase?
It covers a really wide range,
Okay.
from creating realistic images and videos
Right.
to generating different kinds of creative text formats,
Okay.
even composing music. It's amazing how diverse the applications of generative AI are.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. What are some of the project highlights that stood out to you?
Two projects that immediately come to mind are building a text-to-image generator using the DALL-E mini model and creating a conversational chatbot using GPT-4.
Those sound right up our alley. Let's start with the text-to-image generator.
Okay.
Tell me more about DALL-E Mini and what makes this project so intriguing.
So DALL-E Mini is a smaller, open-source version of the powerful DALL-E model.
Okay.
It's incredible because it can take a text description, like a fluffy pink unicorn riding a roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
and actually generate an image of that.
Oh my goodness.
It's a fantastic way to see generative AI in action.
Wait, so I could type in any wacky description and it would try to create an image based on that?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's wild. What about the GPT-4 chatbot project? What makes that one so special?
GPT-4 is one of the most advanced language models out there.
Okay.
This project walks you through using its capabilities to build a chatbot that can hold natural context-aware conversations.
Cool.
You'll learn how to access the GPT-4 API, build the chatbot's brain, design the user interface, and even deploy it as a web application.
So this isn't just about creating a chatbot that spits out pre-programmed responses.
No.
It's about building something that can actually understand and respond to what you're saying in a natural and engaging way.
Exactly. The project really emphasizes the importance of context awareness
Yeah.
and how to incorporate that into the chatbot's design. It even covers adding voice recognition and speech output, which makes the interaction feel even more human-like.
So you can just talk to it.
Exactly.
This is incredible. It sounds like we're on the verge of having AI that can not only understand us, but also communicate with us in a way that feels genuinely conversational.
It really is.
It's like having a digital companion who can actually hold a conversation.
It is a remarkable time for AI development.
It is.
The possibilities are expanding so rapidly.
Yeah,
It's fascinating to see how these tools are being used to solve real-world problems.
absolutely. We've covered so much ground already, from the fundamentals of generative AI to specific tools and project examples. But before we dive into the next layer of this deep dive, let's take a moment to absorb all this amazing information, and we'll be back soon to explore even more fascinating aspects of generative AI. Welcome back to our deep dive into generative AI. We just scratched the surface of what this technology can do, from creating images, from text, to building chatbots that feel almost human.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So let's delve a little bit deeper into some of the exciting projects that are highlighted in our guide, Generative AI Projects, a hands-on guide.
Sounds good.
We talked about DALL-E Mini and GPT-4 before the break.
Uh-huh.
Let's unpack those a bit more.
Okay.
You mentioned that DALL-E Mini can create images from any description.
Right.
Can you walk us through how that actually works?
Sure. So imagine you want a picture of, say, a cat
Okay.
wearing a tiny hat
Uh-huh.
while riding a skateboard.
Okay.
You would simply type that description into the DALL-E Mini interface.
Gotcha.
And behind the scenes, the model breaks down that text into its essential components.
Okay.
Cat had skateboard, the action of riding.
Right.
And it then uses its understanding of those concepts from its training data to generate an image that matches your description.
So it's not just pulling images from the internet that already exist.
Sure.
It's actually creating something entirely new
Exactly.
based on what it's learned.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the results can be surprisingly creative and often quite humorous.
That's
DALL-E Mini is great for exploring the potential of text-to-image generation. It's even possible to fine-tune the model for specific use cases.
Oh, wow.
So you could train it on, for example, architectural images
Okay.
to generate designs in a particular style.
That's really cool. It sounds like a really powerful tool for artists, designers, and anyone who works with visual content.
Definitely.
Now, what about the GPT-4 chatbot project? What are some of the steps involved in building one of those?
The guide does a great job of breaking down the process.
Okay.
It starts with accessing the GPT-4 API,
Okay.
which is essentially the gateway to interacting with this powerful language model.
Right, yeah.
From there, you would build the chatbot's backend,
Okay.
which is like its brain, where you define how it processes information and generates responses.
So it's thinking.
Yeah, and then you would design the user interface, which is what people actually interact with.
Right.
And finally, you would deploy the chatbot, perhaps as a web application, or integrate it into another platform.
So it's not just about writing some clever code. It's about understanding how to interface with these complex AI models
Right.
and design an engaging experience for the user.
Precisely. And one of the key things the project emphasizes is context awareness.
Context, of
For
course.
example, if someone asks the chatbot,
Hmm.
what's the weather like?
Okay.
And then follows up with, and in London.
Right.
The chatbot needs to understand that the second question is referring to the weather in London, not just any random weather information.
Gotcha. So we can remember what you're talking about.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Context is so crucial for any meaningful conversation.
It is.
You also mentioned that the project covers adding voice recognition and speech output.
Yes.
How does that enhance the experience?
Imagine talking to your chatbot
Okay.
as naturally as you talk to a friend, asking questions and getting responses in real time.
Wow.
Voice integration really takes the chatbot experience to another level,
Cool.
making it more immersive and intuitive.
It sounds like we're moving towards a future where interacting with AI will feel as seamless as interacting with another person.
I think so.
It's exciting to think about all the potential applications,
It is.
but with any powerful technology, it's important to consider how it's developed and used.
Right.
While the guide doesn't specifically focus on ethical implications,
Yeah.
it does touch on the importance of responsible AI development.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point to emphasize.
That's a crucial point. As we delve deeper into these projects and explore the vast potential of generative AI, we should always keep in mind the responsibility that comes with creating such influential tools.
Absolutely.
Now, before we move on to other aspects of this fascinating field,
Okay.
let's take a short break to gather our thoughts and prepare for the next part of our journey into the world of generative AI. Welcome back to our generative AI exploration. We've really gone from the basic ideas all the way to building chatbots and image generators. It's a lot to take in.
It really shows how rapidly this field is moving.
Yeah, exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are some of the biggest takeaways? Where do we go from here with generative AI becoming more prevalent?
I think one of the biggest takeaways is just that this technology is constantly evolving.
Mhm.
What we know today might be outdated tomorrow.
Right.
So a mindset of continuous learning is really essential.
So we should all be thinking about how to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, exactly. It's about being curious and seeking out new information and, experimenting with the latest tools.
I see.
Think of it like learning a new language.
Mm.
You need to keep practicing and immersing yourself to become fluent.
I like that analogy. And it's
Yeah.
not just about the technical skills, right?
Right.
We also need to understand the broader implications of this technology.
You're absolutely right. Generative AI has the potential to change so many aspects of our lives,
It really does.
from how we work to how we create, and even how we interact with each other.
Yeah.
So being aware of these potential impacts is crucial.
It's like we're not just learning about a new tool. We're learning about a new way of thinking and interacting with the world.
Precisely. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations,
Yes.
not just among AI experts, but across different fields and communities.
Right.
We need artists, ethicists, policymakers, and everyday citizens to be part of this discussion.
It's about recognizing that AI isn't just a technological advancement.
Yeah,
It's a societal one.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the more we can, engage in these conversations, the better equipped we'll be to navigate the opportunities and challenges that generative AI presents.
So what can our listeners do to be active participants in this evolving landscape? What are some tangible steps they can take?
Well, the document we've been exploring, Generative AI Projects,
Mhm.
a hands-on guide, really encourages everyone to dive in and experiment.
Okay.
There's so many resources available online,
Right.
tutorials, open source projects, and communities where people are sharing their knowledge and creations.
So even if you're not a programmer, you can still get involved and kind of explore the creative possibilities of generative AI.
Absolutely. You can try out tools like DALL-E Mini to generate images from text or explore interactive fiction platforms that are powered by AI.
That's really cool.
Yeah, the more you experiment, the more you'll understand the capabilities and limitations of this technology.
It's about demystifying AI and making it accessible to everyone.
Exactly. And as you learn and experiment, don't be afraid to share your thoughts and ideas with others.
Hmm.
Join online communities, attend workshops, or even start your own projects.
Yeah.
The more we collaborate and share our perspectives, the better we can shape the future of AI.
It's about fostering a sense of collective ownership and responsibility for this powerful technology.
I couldn't agree more. Generative AI has the potential to be a force for good in the world, but it's up to all of us to ensure that it's developed and used ethically and responsibly.
This has been such an enlightening deep dive. We've learned so much about the technical aspects, the real-world applications, and the broader implications of generative AI.
It really has been fascinating.
It has. And to our listeners, remember, this is just the beginning. Generative AI is constantly evolving, and there's always more to learn and discover. So stay curious, keep experimenting, and be part of the conversation that shapes our future.